How's it going, everyone? Got quite a few things to cover in this video. A major sequel has been officially revealed that I think most of us knew has been in development, but now we have official confirmation, one that I am very excited for. And we have some JRPG updates. The latest entry in a major JRPG franchise is targeting a 2023 release, and we've got updates on a couple of remasters that will be hitting PlayStation 4 and 5 here very shortly. One drops today, one drops next month, and actually, the blog post over at the PlayStation blog notes that they are more than remasters, so maybe I should correct my verbiage. We'll get to that at the end of this video. But nonetheless, let's start off with Control 2 officially being in development. Remedy Entertainment has announced the signing of an agreement with 505 Games to co-develop and co-publish Control 2, a sequel to the August 2019 release Control, and it'll be a next-generation exclusive for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. It is the bigger budget Control game previously teased by the companies, previously known as codename Heron. Control 2 will be built on Remedy's proprietary Northlight engine and tools and is currently in the concept stages of development, so it is very much early on. Remedy will publish the PC version of the game, while 505 Games will handle the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series versions of the game. Will be interesting if on PC it is an Epic Games Store exclusive. We do know that they have a relationship. Control 1 was an EGS exclusive, I believe, for a year, so that'll be interesting to see. The official statement notes, we are excited to deepen our cooperation with Remedy and continue the success story of Control together. Since its launch in 2019, Control has sold over 3 million copies. Control is the biggest investment 505 Games has ever made, so it has a special place in our hearts. We are grateful to the whole player community that has made Control such a long-lasting and loved game, and are even more excited to bring out Control 2. I personally love Control. I know a lot of people disagree with me when I say I think it's Remedy's best game that they've ever put out. I just thought it built upon a lot of the aspects that Remedy always did right, like kind of an interesting narrative. It is a bit trippy and it's a little bit hard to follow at first, but then it really comes together. And I think from a gameplay standpoint, it was super exhilarating. It was fast-paced. I thought it was a lot of fun, and it had a variety of components as well. I just really enjoyed Control, and I think it's a game that everybody should check out. And if you haven't, it was a PlayStation Plus game at some point. It might be available on Plus Extra, don't quote me on that, but it's a fantastic game. And Control 2 is something I'm really happy to see actually come to fruition. Now, it is in the concept stages. What that means is it is going to be several years till we even probably see this game in a full trailer and a gameplay trailer, and I wouldn't imagine we would see a release until, 2025, 2026. Yeah, we're talking a timeline like that. So it's very far away, and, sometimes I do make the criticism that why are we talking about these games that are 3, 4, 5, 6 years away when there are so many games coming out? Just do the work in the shadows, and when it's ready to be shown off, show it off. We do have some concept art, which is cool to see, but, yeah, I would like to see definitive gameplay with the announcement of games. That's one thing I thought Bethesda did really well with Fallout 4, man. Every time I talk about Fallout 4, I'm like, man, they really did a good job in showcasing that game, building upon the anticipation and the hype, and parlaying that directly into a release. Now, that is not something that you absolutely have to do. There are games that are in development for 6, 7, 8 years that still do incredibly well from a commercial standpoint. Think what you want about Cyberpunk 2077. That game crushed it from a sales standpoint, so that's something to consider as well. But at the very least, Control 2 is in development, and it will be a next-gen exclusive, which I don't find too surprising. Hell, by the time Control 2 comes out, I think we might be talking about Control 2 Ultimate Edition on the PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox. Maybe that's pushing the cart before the horse a little bit too much, but yeah, that's how early on in development I think this game is. Alright, moving on from that, a game that's actually relatively far along in development, the next Ys title, expected to be called Ys 10, targeting a 2023 release on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Per developer Falcom's latest financial reports, it looks like the next Ys game, probably titled Ys 10, will release before the end of September 2023. However, it should be noted that this is only referring to the Japanese market. Over here in the West, we'll probably have to wait a little bit longer, but it shouldn't be that crazy of a turnaround. The Ys games have been coming pretty consistently over here stateside, not that long after the Japanese releases. Ys 9, I don't think it was all too long. Let me actually pull up the exact window. So Ys 9 dropped in September of 2019 on PlayStation 4, and then on over here in North America, it came out in February of 2021. So yes, it's a little bit of time, it's like 16 months, but I don't even think that's all that crazy, and I think it is going to be accelerated a little bit with Ys 10. I think you'll only have to wait maybe 6 months to a year. That's just my expectations, just because I feel like the Ys franchise has been building up quite a bit of momentum over here in the States, and I think they'd want to roll that around into a new release. I mean, they're doing Ys 8 as a PlayStation 5 release, so, you know, they see money in Ys, and I think it's going to do rather well. By the way, if you've never played Ys 8 and Ys 9, both available through PlayStation Plus Extra, in my opinion, two of the better offerings in the entire service. Ys 9 still goes for a pretty penny, so that being available through that subscription service is huge, and Ys 8 is quite good as well. And believe it or not, Ys 8 actually had a price bump because they realized the PlayStation 5 version was coming out, and I think they wanted to quietly be like, yo, let's make sure, you know, you're paying a premium for Ys 8. What I think it is I think the MSRP is still the same, but when the game goes on sale, it doesn't see as deep of a discount, so, you know, take that for what you will. At the end of the day, both games are available through Plus Extra, so you can just play it that way. Lastly, I do want to note, if you are a fan of JRPGs, Tactics Ogre Reborn drops today. It is an upgraded version of the 2010 Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together, which in turn was an upgraded version of the original PlayStation 1 Tactics Ogre. Tactics Ogre Reborn showcases a lot of refinements and is a much better experience than the original. The PlayStation blog has an in-depth post on both Tactics Ogre Reborn and the upcoming major remaster, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Of course, that'll be out in the month of December, I believe December 13th, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And, you know, $50 for remasters of PSP games or upgrades of PSP games, because they make it pretty known that they don't want to call these games remasters, and they're more than remasters. But still, originally PSP games, that might seem a little bit expensive. In the case of Tactics Ogre, I can kind of understand that. In the case of Crisis Core, look, I think everybody's just gonna buy it. This is a remaster people have wanted for a long time, and I foresee Crisis Core FF7 Reunion doing incredibly well from a sales standpoint. Like, literally, given the work, and I'm sure there's a healthy amount of work being put into Crisis Core FF7 Reunion, but I think it's just gonna sell really well. Like, maybe not as well as the 7 remake, but remember, this is hitting every platform, so it's Switch, PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series right out of the gate. So it's gonna come on everything right out of the gate, and I think it's gonna do really well from a sales standpoint, and it's gonna showcase, yeah, if it's a game that people really want to play, if it's a game that people really are excited for, then you can price it whatever you want and people will buy it. And this is a game that does need an upgraded release, unlike Last of Us Part 1, and I foresee this game, you know, there's more, I feel like, welcome, open arms to this game getting a remaster, of course, and even being priced at $50 than, let's say, Last of Us Part 1 at $70, and that's for a variety of different reasons. But Crisis Core was a great game, was not a big fan of the digital mind wave shenanigans, but, you know, overall, narratively, it was great. Zack is an awesome main character. He's like the standard bearer of good guy main characters. Like, he's fantastic, and obviously you got the introduction of Cloud and everything like that. It's just a great narrative, and you know, it's a story that everybody needs to experience, especially because with FF7 getting more popular because of the remake, you want people to experience Zack's story as well. And you know, I have a lot of friends that played FF7 remake. They never played FF7, they never played Crisis Core. And it would be ideal if you do know the story of Zack out of Crisis Core. And it makes a lot of sense they're dropping this ahead of Remake Part 2. And hopefully the 7 Remake, they port that to Xbox at some point as well. You want as many people to play these games as possible. FF7 is iconic, and more people playing it is a good thing. Of course, OG FF7 is available on PS4 if you do want to play the original. Remake, of course, by now, I'm sure most of you guys know, changes quite a bit up, and it's going to be a little bit of a stark shift in Part 2, but we'll see how all of that turns out. But that is going to do it for me. Again, Control 2 officially revealed for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Ys 10 is targeting a 2023 release over in Japan, and Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII drops next month. Tactics Ogre Reborn drops today. Leave a link to the PlayStation blog where they've got an in-depth post on those two games. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.